Hi, I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com. Today we're going to make a pizza. It's keto, carnivore, dairy-free, and nut-free. If you are the type of person that likes the thin, crispy crust type pizza, this is going to be the pizza for you. So let's get started, but don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you would like to see more of what I'm doing here. So what is going to be in this pizza crust is ground chicken, and I get the extra lean ground chicken for this pizza crust so that it's not greasy and fatty. We want it to be kind of crispy. Ground or powdered pork rinds. You can buy pork rinds already ground up, but these are really simple to do in a blender or a food processor. What I do is I buy the giant tub of pork rinds from Costco, and then I grind them up and put them in a little storage jar. There's also Italian seasoning and salt and pepper. I guess that's technically 5 ingredients, but I'm not going to count the salt and pepper. So we'll take out our chicken crust, our ground chicken, and dump it in a bowl first of all. So one thing about the ground chicken is that it's really sticky. So I do everything with a fork, and I also have a special flattening technique to prevent the stickiness, which I'll be showing you in a few moments. All of the ingredients and the amounts are going to be in the description down below the video. But just to recap, we're going to use 1 pound of ground chicken, 1 cup of ground pork rinds, however you've obtained those. You should probably label your jar because it does kind of look like brown sugar. Next is 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning and about 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. I've just dumped it all into this little can here. And that is it. So the job you have then is to use your fork and just stir in the pork rinds and the seasonings as best you can. Okay, so this looks well mixed. This would be a good time to preheat your oven to 425. And then that will give it enough time to heat up while we roll out the dough. So to roll out the dough, I'm using this silicone mat, but only as kind of a guide because I'm going to make 2 square pizzas. So on top of that mat, I'm going to put wax paper and then take out about half the dough. Then I'm going to take another sheet of wax paper and put it on top. And then with my hands, I will flatten it out, kind of try to get a rectangle shape. So you can kind of see it's getting flat, and the paper will do a pretty good job of not sticking. So once you get it as far as you can go with your hands, then use a rolling pin and just gently roll it out. I'm using, this as a guide to where I want it to go. You don't have to have one of those to do this. I just find it a visual. You can guesstimate from the size of your pan. Okay, that looks pretty flat, and it's a decent sized pizza. So then I get my cookie pan, or pie, whatever, jelly roll pan, whatever this, a big pan. I think this one's 11 by 17. And I peel off the wax paper. It's like a craft. So parchment paper on the bottom of this pan, and then I can take my bottom layer here, and then I just kind of elegantly flip it onto here. Trying not to fold it like I just did, but as you see, it's pretty easy to adjust and unfold. Okay, and then you can just carefully peel the paper off. Once you get going, it comes off easy. Okay, so that is pizza crust number 1. And now I'm going to do pizza crust number 2. Ready to go into the 425 oven, about 25 minutes, and then we will put topping on it. Okay, here we go with our pizza crust that's ready. The other one's ready too. What you're looking for to tell if it's done, when it starts to curl up around the edges, see it's pretty stiff. Now it's no longer sticky. You can just flip it around. So I have turned my oven to broil now because what we're going to do is load up the toppings, put some cheese on, and stick it back in for 5 minutes. So just so you know, this is not, the crust is dairy-free, but I'm putting cheese on top, which makes this pizza not dairy-free. It's still carnivore. If you're dairy-free, what you can do, I would put tomato sauce on it, all your favorite toppings, maybe a little bit of dairy-free cheese, some nutritional yeast to give it that cheesy flavor. If you're just regular keto, tomato sauce, there's lots of low-carb ones out there. And whatever your favorite toppings are, just load that baby up. So for me, I'm going to put mozzarella on here. I've got 1 cup here, so I'm going to use about half of this for each pizza. Just kind of spread it around like that. And then I'm going to put these little mini pepperonis, which I really like, on here. You can put other meats on, bacon. Bacon's awesome on a pizza. Ham.
Whatever your favorite carnivore type toppings are. Chicken on chicken. Brisket, that'd be good too. Salami.
So I also love feta cheese. So I've got a 1/4 cup here, so I'm going to use about half of it. And I'm going to use some Parmesan on top too.
We've got 3 different cheeses going here. Just use your favorites, whatever your favorite cheeses are.
This pan is probably still hot, so I'm just going to load up the other one. Okay. All right, there is our finished pizza. It smells amazing, it looks delicious. So I'm going to cut it. Probably let it cool down a bit so you don't burn your fingers picking it up. Let's see here. It's nice and crunchy, just the way I like it. There you go. So, the thing that is the best about this pizza is that you can pick it up and crunch. So good. That's my dinner tonight. Okay, so that's how to make the chicken crust pizza. All the instructions and the amounts, including the different ways you can do it for keto, carnivore, dairy-free, will all be down below. Links to things that I've used that you might want to look into. And if you like this sort of thing, please hit subscribe. Thanks, see you next time.